we have a check, a certified check to pay a water bill, and we very much want to see somebody from Watershed.
Well, like I said, yeah, well, they're in a meeting, so it's nothing that I can really do.
Can I speak to Renee Green and see if we can talk to her? She's in a meeting too?
Yes, ma'am. That's what they're in a meeting.
Well, we might wait. Let me find out. Because it's serious for us. We're being threatened with water turnoff at a huge shelter with women and children in it. We have the money to pay a significant amount.
You would have to go to City Hall?
No, we met with them yesterday.
Yes, ma'am. I know I remembered you from yesterday. Yeah, I remember you. But I'm saying they don't take money over here at all. So that would be where they would tell you to go anyway overseas.
Right, but we have to have the agreement before we give them the money.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We wouldn't be hassling you at all. But I do want to know from them if they're meeting, can anybody come out and accept this check?
No, ma'am.
And they said that. They said that?
No, they're not. Like you said yesterday, whoever you talked about yesterday, they're probably refer you back to that house.
I talked to the commissioner yesterday and the deputy commissioner.
I understand, and I'm, I sympathize with you, but I was told they were in a meeting.
I heard that.
Yeah, so
I just want to find out who's in the who's not in the meeting and when they might be free. So nobody at Watershed Management will speak to us here in this office, in the commissioner's office. All right, that's all I wanted to hear. Thank you so much.
We're going to City Hall. We're going to go up there? Let's see, that's 5th floor, whatever.
Whatever floor it is, we'll go in and find out. I mean, it's pretty doggone critical at this point. We can't have water getting cut off on Monday. And if these guys won't talk to us, we've got to go to somebody who will. $100,000 right now. Right. It's a good faith down payment. That's why we have this check, it's cashier's check.
Right.
Then what we've asked them to do is allow us to pay the water bill on time for all the new charges that are coming in, and then work with us in good faith over the next 30 days to come up with a payment plan, and I was thinking a monthly payment plan to start retiring all of the old debt.
Right.
And to me, it's an absolute win-win. The city gets $100,000 right off the bat. It knows that the debt is not going to increase because we're going to be paying current. It's going to start retiring the old debt, and for goodness sakes, we get to get water to 600 people who don't have water and can't get it otherwise. It's a win for everybody.
Now, how are we able to come up with the money for this?
We have donors that believe everybody in this world ought to have water, and we also have donors, unfortunately, that are somewhat skittish about coming forward because of what's happened to the task force's prior donors when people have found out their identity. So let's just say it's a good person good person or people who believe that people ought to have.
We're here today at City Hall trying to negotiate a payment plan for the water bill at Peachtree-Pine. We received a letter last week that was dated August 21st, and since that receipt of that letter, have been trying to get with the commissioner or the law department and try to negotiate a payment. We have a check in hand for $100,000 to make a down payment, which they have not accepted as of now. We also have an offer proposal on the table to redo or work off the prior balance. This all came about because we had been in court with the city on some other matters, including the water bill. The federal judge determined that they were immune from prosecution through sovereign immunity, and that then they could proceed to collect the water bill. But this is the first notice that we've actually had that they're threatening to turn the water off, and they won't respond to our inquiries about how to prevent that turnoff and how much of a down payment on a payment plan they would accept to not turn the water off.
You guys are welcome to stay here for as long as you'd like. You sent us a letter yesterday at 4:30ish.
No.
With
We
your
came
offer.
and met with your commissioner, and I made the $100,000.
Which then the response was to put your offer in writing, which you did.
Yes.
Yesterday at 4:30, and we will respond in writing today by 4:30. So that's where we are.
Okay. So we can't meet with anybody from law, and the commissioner rejected us for a meeting. I just want to tell because Richard Belcher is going to ask me downstairs.
And I'm happy to talk to Richard too, yeah. We met yesterday. You guys made an offer. And I think it's unreasonable for you to come here at 10 o'clock today and think that we have an answer by then. 24 hours seems standard, but we'll respond before the end of the day.
I don't think that's unreasonable at all because here's what we did first. I mean, I'm busy. We all get together, we're all busy, and we come down and meet with your commissioner, and we try to have a dialogue. Do you force everybody to go through a written offer process?
No, we don't.
Okay, well, what happened with us yesterday, what was so surprising is, I sat there and said, well, you know, tell us what it will take to keep the water on. And your commissioner refused to answer. There were four almost dumbstruck people there that just actually flat out refused to discuss. They said, you have to make us an offer first. So I turned.
Seems also reasonable to me.
And all right, and I'm okay with that.
And you did, and we have it.
No, actually, we sat and we made an offer first there, while we were there. They told us in person to make an offer to them in person. We then made an offer in person, which they just refused to respond to. And then, knowing that our deadline is Monday, knowing that we have all of these people in there, they told us to send them a letter, which to me doesn't make a lot of sense. And I got to tell you, I'm getting the impression that there is an effort to stall this for as long as possible, or put us on terms at the very last minute on a Friday where we can't possibly meet what your terms are. And I got to tell you, I'm a little concerned about how it was that the letter was so slow to come to us. And it sounds like you're aware of the issue. Have you investigated that to figure out what happened?
I'm aware of the issue. And what I'd say back to you is...
Well, did you investigate the letter issue? Because you understand,
let me
if we have to get a donor Friday afternoon to pay for a water cutoff on Monday...
But you waited until yesterday to ask for the meeting.
No, actually, that's not true.
So you guys had a moment. Waiting until the very last minute is an emergency that you have created, not us.
I think actually you're wrong.
Well,
if you would hear me out, because I think this is worthwhile to hear.
I'm finished with this conversation. I told you what we're going to do, which is respond to your letter in
called
writing, and you're welcome to sit here. You're welcome to go to the mayor's lobby and sit there.
Are you aware that
we are not having any more conversation outside of a response?
You need to be sure of what you say about us.
You just said something that's false.
Because you said something very false to the press last week about an outbreak of TB at our facility. That is slander. No. You said it. It is not true.
Were you misquoted?
You need to be really clear about what you say about us.
Now, you also just said that we waited till yesterday to set up a meeting. That is completely untrue.
Absolutely.
We had to.
All right,
Miss, if you could, we had to call.
May I ask a question?
We were told to come meet with one of two lawyers in the mayor's office, either a Renee Shepard or a Mr. Winfield. Winfield. We went into the law department and tried to sit and wait for them. None of them would come. In fact, ironically, I got a call from Miss Renee Shepard while I was waiting there, and I identified myself as Steve, and then she promptly hung up the phone on me. The mayor's PR person, or the city's PR person, came out instead and refused to engage in a discussion. What she ultimately said was that at 4:30 she would give us some sort of a written response. We couldn't get anyone that would be willing to take the $100,000 check or even talk about it in person. And when we tried to express to her, if you're going to come up with something that's different from a $100,000 down payment at 4:30 on a Friday, and then cut off the water on a Monday, we really don't have any time to respond. Can we at least have some sort of a dialogue, at which point she left us standing there and refused to discuss it any further. I am just confounded. I mean, we've been walking around all day with a $100,000 check trying to give it to somebody, and we can't even get anybody who will talk to us about it. So it's a little surprising.
It's also surprising for women and children who are in our lobby and in our building, probably 75 or 80 women and children, in addition to the 300 or 400 men who are there, who are living in threat of our losing water on Monday. And so we are going to make some plans, some contingency plans today and the rest of the weekend, so that won't happen.
My name is Valerie Dawson. I'm the Associate Director at the Metro Atlanta Task Force for the Homeless. The reason why I'm here is because the city had threatened to cut off the water. The water is so necessary. We can't do anything to take care of women and children, men that need to bathe, that need to drink water, that need to help make formula for the babies. The women must, I mean, it's inhumane. I can't imagine living in my home without water. And so we're here today pleading We brought money today, asking them to work with us, and the doors were shut in our face. This is the most heartbreaking thing I ever endured in my life. How can we do this? We need the water. It's not something that it's a necessity. It's just a necessity.